you I was doing a series for people who um, are dealing with menopause. So if you're dealing with menopause, all right, and you don't give a darn at times, then don't apologize. Okay, let me tell you, a lot of people act like menopause is a myth. Okay, they act like only thing menopause do is stop your menstruation. People don't want to comfort empresses. They don't want to show any compassion. You know, if you tell somebody you're suffering from menopause, they just go silent as if you deserve it, or that's just the way life is. What did you expect? You know, it's almost like people act like you're supposed to suffer from it. Like, oh, that's what menopause do, so it's no big deal. You know, grin and bear it. You know, people act like that because of your age, you're not entitled to any peace in your body. People say, well, that's just the way life is. That's just what happened to you when you older. So don't apologize for not having sympathy for people. If you don't feel like having sympathy for random people, don't. Because I'm going to tell you, if you go to tell them, well, I'm going through something, I'm going through menopause, they're not going to care. They're not going to care. Okay? Y'all, I'm just hurrying up in moisture, sealing in this moisture here. It's flaxseed. So don't apologize for being selfish too. If you feel like you want to be selfish, just go ahead and be selfish sometime. Because you know, when you go through the motions of menopause, people will act like you're overreacting. Okay, that's how people will treat you. Like, oh, um, every woman, most women go through that, so it's nothing new. It's like you gotta have something that a lot of people in the room may not have, may not could get, or people don't wanna show you no compassion. You know, I was on the phone with a nurse today, and the damn nurse she was young. I could tell she sounded young. And I know the nurses at the clinic, they're young. She act like she ain't give a damn. She act like it was no big deal. Y'all, I'm telling you no lie. It was the desk nurse. And I was like, okay, well, it's like that. All right. Okay. But I bet you if I called and I was a young girl talking about menstruation problems, they would have rushed me right through. Well, all of a sudden, you don't matter at the clinic when you call and say you feel like you're gonna have a heat stroke from the constant heat. They say, oh, no big deal. you ain't calling about you ain't calling about menstruation problems. We don't care. Just go ahead and sit there and suffer. It was like the nurse was waiting to hear me say something about bleeding before she would even care to check the book. Like I had to literally tell her, like, ma'am, I need to get some sleep. I had to just come at her like, I almost said, bitch, I need to get some sleep. Okay, bitch. I almost said that. And I caught myself. I'm on video, Eric. I caught myself and I said, I'm not getting no sleep in here. I'm not sleeping nowhere. It don't matter where I sleep. Okay? It don't matter. Right? I told her, I said, I'm scared now. I'm getting scared the fact that I gotta find a way to knock myself out just to get at least 4 hours of sleep. That's not healthy. I told the nurse, I said I shouldn't have to take sleeping pills and nightcaps and melatonin and all type of shit just to be able to go to sleep, because the menopause want to give me insomnia for no damn reason, and want to interrupt my sleep like 4 different times, and want to put me in the oven over and over again while I'm asleep. I said I don't have time for it. And I said I can't take it anymore. And it didn't even matter. It literally didn't even matter to this lady. I finally found me a hair. I'm gonna put some jam on it. Jam on it too, y'all. Just to give it a little bit of. I should have probably put it on first, but it is what it is. I'm using this new. I'm trying this new shea butter. This shea butter flaxseed moisturizer curl cream. My hair likes it. I thought this wouldn't even work, y'all. I went to a salon, a hairstylist, and she had to cut all the dead ends off, but she missed some in the back and she cut too much in the front. And I'm like, damn, sis. So I ain't getting my hair cut for some years now. I'm cutting my own hair. That's another thing. When you have menopause, your hair, it doesn't like dead hair. Like your hair struggles when it's dry, when you got menopause, like struggle hair. Some of y'all women talking about y'all suffering with y'all hairlines and stuff in your 40s and 50s. You better consider that you might have menopause, because menopause can do that. This is not actually a butter. This is a cream, I think. This feels like a cream. Yeah, it is a cream. Y'all, I'm sticking with the creams. I think the butters are just a little bit too heavy on my hair. I'm going to do one side right now and the other side tonight. And then I'm going to put a cap on. Y'all see how I don't really do the slay parts. But anyway, I don't apologize anymore. I want to show y'all a picture that I did. It's a line drawing. Okay, I wasn't allowed to pick up my pen. I want to show y'all something that I've been doing. This is a new art that I'm getting into. Okay, it's a new type of art. I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. Line drawing. See, see how that's line drawing. See that? And I purposely did the flowers like scribble scrabble. Purposely did that. But I've been doing where you supposed to draw and you don't pick up your pencil. You just keep, like, for example, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna do one real quick. I'm gonna do one of me. But you can't pick up your pencil. That's the thing. I'm doing one right now. I'm not picking up my pencil, y'all. I don't know if y'all like the drawings, but I'm drawing myself, y'all. You really can't pick up your pencil. Okay. Okay. Wait till y'all see this drawing. I'm drawing it while. I'm drawing myself, y'all. If y'all wonder what I'm doing, if once you pick up your pencil, it's like you disconnect from the um the feeling of not being able to um okay. Y'all, it takes a little while when you're doing it like this. Not picking up my pencil. So I just did it this way. Okay, so this is kind of what I just did, y'all. I just did this on video. Okay. Now I could have just continued with my pencil. Okay. But this is the line drawing right here. Okay. It's fun. And then you could just keep going on the picture, adding details but never picking up your pencil. So you could just, you got to make sure that you don't you keep just going. So like say if I wanted to go here and I wanted to add, and it's not about perfection either. It's not about that. I find it very fun because you never know where your pencil's going to air. And you can do lines, stuff that's not there, like stuff with just shadows that you want just in the picture to create the shadows, that you see, the shadowed areas. See, I'm looking at where my shadows are, and I'm actually doing the shadows. Y'all see? Now I put my finger right where I was, though. See, look. I'm gonna let y'all see. See how I'm starting to look? See the abstract? See that? So it's not about being perfect, but it is about um, so it's getting very abstracty as I follow my shadows. Now, of course, I could color in where my shadows are. I can always go to the shadow areas and color those in. This is only something that I recently learned, y'all. So I'm coloring the shadows so everyone can see where the shadows are. It's a lot of fun. Now there seems to be shadows up there too. Like, but I gotta figure out where my pen left off at, because then it's messing up the intuition. But see, here's the shadows. See that? All right. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, so that's what I do. Line drawing without picking up your pencil is very therapeutic, y'all. You can actually design an entire um art book like that. You just got to be willing to see the beauty in that. See what I'm saying here? See? Now, of course, I could have went in. I could have went in on my hair too. I could have kept the pen going without picking it up, and I could have did my hair. I wasn't trying to do me exactly how I look. It wasn't supposed to be like an exact picture. It's supposed to be like an abstract. Now, I could also do a whole abstract, where it's like where I'm just doing all shapes. I'm using all shapes to do me. I'm not actually, doing an actual picture. But y'all, I found out something about hair. Some 4C people here, like, y'all, the hair likes cream, y'all. I'm telling y'all, no lie. Every time I go to the butters, mm-mm, mm-mm, it's the cream. So I'm sticking with anything that feels creamy with my hair. Y'all see how I'm not even parting it perfect. I'm letting my fingers, I find it, and y'all notice I'm not even combing through it. I'm not. I don't like how the hair starts to snap and break when you use any comb. So I'm just gonna use my fingers. There's a girl on YouTube, a black woman on YouTube who got long 4C hair, and she said she stopped using a comb for an entire year. She only used her fingers, and her hair stopped breaking. Whenever I was going to the salon, and I would get a finger twist. They never combed my hair after it was out, after they combed the condition, after they rinsed the conditioner out. They literally just stretched it with their fingers. I'm so glad I found this cream, y'all. I'm so glad I found this. And I didn't have to go to the mall to get it. All I had to do was one block. Now I'm gonna use the gel, the shine gel. I'm gonna use this for my ends, the tips. I'm gonna go through the hair and just put it right on the tips to keep the tips of my hair breaking. But I wish I had known about this cream the whole time that sitting up there in the store. Flaxseed. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, I'm being selfish. At least 4 years, I'm being about me. I'm not going to sit up here going through menopause while there's a whole clown show in office. And no, I already know how I'm gonna get treated out here by the male population. So I went in the store earlier. The 30-year-old male, I could tell he was sending me negative energy. I said, I ain't got time for it. People keep on thinking I'm not even in my 50s and I'm already in menopause, y'all. I'm already in perimenopause. That just goes to show I'm not even combing through my hair again. I already combed through when it had the conditioner in. So I'm not doing it again. No, I'm staying out of them salons. I'm trimming my own hair from now on. I ain't letting them. I ain't letting them put them scissors in my hair. Every time I let them trim my hair with it in its natural state, too much hair is cut off. I don't have time for it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. I'm just trying to keep it. I'm not trying to have my hair break out during uh, the bipolar weather season here. See, I ain't even using all them clips. I got two products here, y'all. I don't even care about leave-in conditioner no more either. I don't know where that came from, but we wasn't all that pressed about leave-in conditioners in the 90s. We weren't. We just weren't, y'all. And when I looked on Madam C.J. Walker, her movie, she wasn't putting leave-in conditioner in her hair. It looks like she was putting a cream in her hair. I think we all doing too much with the products. I don't know all this. I don't know how we all got hooked on leave-in conditioners and all this stuff. No, I'm good. And y'all, I ain't messing with that. I ain't. I'm not doing the grease no more. I'm letting God grow my hair. I'm sticking with the hot oil treatments. I started giving myself hot oil treatments again, and I noticed my hair stopped breaking out. The shedding stopped. So we was giving ourselves hot oil treatments back in the 90s. And so I'm going back to what worked. You know, Madam CJ Walker was using cream. I'ma use cream. We was using gel in the 90s. I'ma use gel. I even got the old school gel. Look at the old school gel, y'all. I ain't got time. We got to get to a point where if it would work. Just keep on using what work. Don't keep switching all these products and stuff. It's costing too much money. This one needs to be moisturized a little bit more. Y'all, I ain't about spending a ridiculous amount of hours on my hair either. See, when you get into perfect parting and all that takes hours. I don't want hours. I don't want hours of twisting my hair. Life is gets shorter when you're an empress. You know, your time is too precious. I'm not sitting here for 6 7 hours on some hair. I just want to make sure that it doesn't break. That's it. I got my last haircut a month ago. I ain't getting my hair cut again at the salon unless my hair is flat ironed first. And I'm not going for some years. I'm staying out the salon. I'm staying out. Yeah, I don't know that number. I'm staying out of the butcher salons until Trump is out of office. I ain't going back. I'm not letting nobody cut my hair till Trump is out of office. No, I don't got time. I don't got time for the energy. You know, people acting, taking out their negative energy towards me as a black woman, taking it out with using their scissors to do it. No, we're not doing that. And thinking they can get away with it because Trump is in office. We're not doing that. Nope. I'm so glad I found this hair cream, y'all. Y'all just don't know. I could feel the difference as soon as I put it in. This hair cream is the truth. This is as good as the Matrix line. A Crook can dream. I don't know, y'all. African Pride. Okay, that's African Pride. African Pride been around a long time, y'all. They didn't leveled up. The first ingredient is water, so of course it's gonna work. I mean, of course it's not gonna feel dry when I put it in. If the first ingredient isn't water, it probably shouldn't go in your hair. No, I'm just sealing. I'm gonna put some near because it's flaxseed. Flaxseed grows your hair, so I'm rubbing it where my hair grows slow at, right there. Okay. See, look, that was a dead end. It caught on my finger. That lady did not cut all the dead ends off. She didn't get them all because it was a squiggly in there. Okay. All right. When I sit up and watch my movie tonight, I'm going to do the rest of my hair. And then I'm going to put a shower cap on it so that the heat gets trapped in it. I know some of y'all, shoot, I love self-care now. Now that I see what this menopause is doing, it's like I just want to get as much self-care in as I can now. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I just had a family member do my feet the other day. I just left them some money for doing my feet. Y'all, I ain't team butter no more. And that's his curl can drain. I ain't team butter no more. I'm team cream. Team cream, y'all. With the way this cream fell on my hair, I wish I had known the cream was that this flaxseed shea butter cream was this abundant. I would have been used this. I done seen this so many times sitting in the store. I done seen this hairline so many times. I didn't realize that it was that my hair would like it so much. But something my intuition told me it was gonna work. This is not even a twisting cream, but it's working though. This is where it grows slow at, so I'm gonna just make sure I rub some on the scalp. Hi everybody. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all later because I got somewhere to be. And then I'm gonna sit up tonight, bust the rest of the hair out as I'm watching um as I'm watching either a new series. Oh, I missed this part. This right here needs to be in here. Long as it's sealed, I don't care. Just stay stay moisturized. Okay, bye everybody.